From classic Hollywood legends, to today's biggest stars, these actors once defined beauty and charisma on the big screen. But how have they changed over the years? In this video, we'll look at 30 of the most beautiful actors then and now, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you think has aged the best and who still shines just like before? Antonio Banderas. In his youth, Antonio Banderas was hailed as the perfect Latin lover with his fiery gaze and angular face in Desperado and The Mask of Zorro. His free-spirited charm made him a sex symbol of 90s Hollywood. But years of partying, plus a serious heart attack in 2017, drastically changed his health and appearance. Wrinkled skin, a gaunt body, and dull eyes gradually replaced his once passionate image. Now, Banderas appears with silver hair, a hollow face, and an aged demeanor, completely losing the romantic allure that once captivated hearts. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves once left millions mesmerized with his romantic beauty and speed in The Matrix. His refined features, melancholic eyes, and rugged vibe created an irresistible appeal. But after a series of personal tragedies, from losing his girlfriend to losing his child, Keanu sank into stress and a reclusive lifestyle. Age combined with mental fatigue made him age quickly. Currently, Keanu Reeves appears with long, snow-white hair, a hollow face, and numerous wrinkles. Though he still retains his quiet charisma, his once captivating look has faded, replaced by a weary, aged appearance. Chris Hemsworth was once praised as the perfect specimen of beauty with his muscular build, masculine face, and sharp eyes. He embodied the ideal of strength and allure. However, overtraining to maintain his massive muscles, along with a high-stress work lifestyle, has affected his health and looks. Rumors of a genetic Alzheimer's disease only add to his pressure. At 42 years old, Hemsworth no longer has the explosive charisma of before. His once mighty physique now seems bulky, his face riddled with wrinkles and aging rapidly, diminishing the charm that once enthralled audiences. In his youth, Tom Cruise was a Hollywood heartthrob icon, with his handsome face and radiant smile and Top Gun propelling him to become one of the sexiest leading men of the 80s and 90s. However, age along with unsuccessful cosmetic interventions has markedly altered his face. Attempts to cling to youth via Botox and facelifts have made his features unnatural. Today, past 60 years old, Tom Cruise no longer has the dashing appeal of yesteryear. His stiff face, shiny skin, and lack of emotion make his appearance awkward, a far cry from the charisma that once enchanted audiences. Harrison Ford was celebrated as the ultimate rugged adventurer with a strong jaw, expressive blue-gray eyes, and weathered charm in Star Wars and the Indiana Jones series. His adventurous allure made him an enduring action hero of 70s and 80s Hollywood. But decades of high-octane stunts, environmental activism, and the toll of time have visibly worn on him. Deep wrinkles, a stooped posture, and a grizzled beard have softened his once chiseled features. Now, at 83 years old, Ford appears with a lined face, silver hair, and a grandfatherly vibe, evoking nostalgia rather than the thrilling intensity that defined his prime. Jared Leto was once Hollywood's explosive face with his androgynous beauty, captivating blue eyes, and long romantic hair. During Requiem for a Dream and Dallas Buyers Club, he was seen as the muse of both film and music, but constant weight fluctuations for roles, plus overuse of cosmetic surgery, stripped his face of naturalness. Botox and fillers made his skin taut and shiny, but emotionless. Past 50 years old, Jared Leto no longer holds his youthful aura. Distorted features, a rigid face, and evident fatigue make him a stranger to his former heartthrob image. Chris Evans was once the perfect Captain America. With his balanced face, bright blue eyes, and ideal physique, he quickly became a symbol of masculinity and won global audiences' hearts. However, after leaving the Captain America role, Evans appeared less in blockbuster projects. Combined with prior grueling filming schedules that involved steroids and overtraining, his body gradually lost balance. Now, Evans's face lacks radiance, showing many wrinkles, and his build is less toned. The seductive charisma that made him America's hero is no longer as pronounced as in his peak. Cillian Murphy once impressed with his cool beauty and piercing blue eyes in Peaky Blinders and Inception. He brought a mysterious allure, distinct from traditional Hollywood molds. But the pressure from psychologically heavy roles, plus a long-term smoking habit, rapidly degraded his appearance. His skin turned sallow, eye sockets deepened, and his frame became gaunt. Today, past 40 years old, Cillian appears fatigued, with a hollow face and an aura older than his actual age. The coolness that was his trademark now signals exhaustion. When he first rose with Normal People, Paul Mescal left a lasting impression with his fresh beauty, sad eyes, and unassuming demeanor. He became a screen sensation as a boy, both fragile and captivating. But fame arriving too soon brought heavy pressure. Dense filming schedules and partying with alcohol changed Mescal's look. He gained weight. His face became puffy and less sharp. Nearing 30 years old, Mescal no longer retains his initial scholarly charm. The romantic vibe from Normal People has been replaced by a heavier, sometimes rougher and less refined appearance. Pierce Brosnan was once the most elegant James Bond archetype. His handsome face, bright blue eyes, and gentlemanly poise made him the sexiest Bond of the 90s. But over the years, Brosnan suffered from aging and noticeable weight gain. His body lacks tone, silver hair, and sagging skin have dulled his gentleman image. Today, Brosnan appears with a bulky build, a face full of wrinkles, and diminished sharpness. The suave spy image of old is now just a memory in audiences' minds. Brad Pitt was once Hollywood's golden boy with his perfect physique in Fight Club, and Troy, he was the benchmark of masculine beauty throughout the 90s and 2000s. However, after his noisy divorce from Angelina Jolie, Pitt fell into a long period of stress and alcohol abuse. This degraded his appearance, with sagging skin and dark circles under his eyes. Past 60 years old, Pitt remains stylish but can't hide time's marks. Deep wrinkles, thinning hair, and an aged face somewhat overshadow his global beauty icon glow. Leonardo DiCaprio was once a global icon thanks to his role as Jack Dawson in Titanic. With his baby-faced charm and sweet eyes, he was the Hollywood prince of the 90s. But a party lifestyle, fleeting romances, and fame's pressure clearly affected his looks. Leo gained weight, often caught with a bloated face and a paunchy body on yachts. Today, at 50 years old, DiCaprio appears with a protruding belly, heavy features, and messy hair, far from his dreamy young man image. Jude Law made a strong impression in The Talented Mr. Ripley with his sharp features and striking blue eyes. At that time, he was regarded as one of the most attractive European actors. Over the years, age and personal scandals have significantly changed Law's image. He has experienced hair loss, visible wrinkles, and is often captured looking less polished than before. Even so, now in his 50s, Law still retains a certain level of charm and sophistication, though no longer with the youthful appearance of his prime. Johnny Depp rose to fame with his charismatic style and his iconic role as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, which made him one of Hollywood's most recognized stars. However, after the highly publicized trial with Amber Heard, Depp's public image was severely affected. Age, lifestyle habits, and prolonged stress have visibly changed his appearance. Now at 60, he no longer looks the same as during his peak years, but he is still appreciated by many fans for his talent and distinctive artistic persona. George Clooney was twice named Sexiest Man Alive by People magazine. Known for his sophisticated style and charming smile for decades, he stood as one of Hollywood's most recognizable leading men. In recent years, age and reduced on-screen appearances have brought visible changes to his look. His white hair, deep wrinkles, and heavier frame clearly reflect the passage of time. Now in his 60s, Clooney still carries a sense of poise and charisma, though without the striking impact he once had at the height of his career. Monica Bellucci was once regarded as one of the most beautiful women in the world, known for her classic and captivating look in Milena and the Matrix Reloaded. She became a symbol of European screen sensuality for many years. Over time, age and minor cosmetic procedures have noticeably altered Bellucci's appearance. Wrinkles, looser skin, and less defined features have reduced her natural look. Now in her 50s, Monica still carries an air of elegance, though many observers note she no longer shines as brightly as she did at her peak. Jacob Elordi rose to fame through The Kissing Booth and Euphoria, attracting attention with his 6'5" height and sharp facial features. He was quickly regarded as one of the most promising faces of the younger generation of actors. However, early fame came with the pressures of public attention, a packed schedule, a turbulent personal life, and a party lifestyle brought noticeable changes to his appearance. Many images show him with a gaunt face, dark under-eye circles, and a less toned physique. Now, in his early 20s, Elordi is still young, but his current image often gives an impression of fatigue, clearly different from the early stage of his career. Florence Pugh became known through her roles in Midsommar and Little Women, where she quickly rose to be considered one of Hollywood's most prominent young actresses. In recent years, the pressure of appearance standards and a demanding filming schedule have affected her looks. Pugh has often appeared with a fuller figure, a rounder face, and skin that is less smooth. Now, at nearly 30 years old, she shows a more mature presence, though at times she reveals signs of fatigue in public. Tom Holland became widely recognized as the teenage Spider-Man, admired for his youthful look, charming smile, and athletic build, which quickly made him one of Hollywood's most popular young actors. Over the years, intense training and injuries have taken a toll on his appearance. Holland has gained weight, lost some muscle definition, and his face has grown rounder and less sharp. Now, at 29 years old, he presents a more ordinary look, standing in contrast to the striking image that once defined his early career. Pedro Pascal emerged from series like Narcos and Game of Thrones, With a rugged charm and a magnetic gaze that captivated audiences worldwide, he quickly became one of the most memorable faces on screen. Over the years, Pedro has not sought to cling to the image of an eternal heartthrob. Instead, he lets the marks of time accompany him, turning them into part of his story. His authenticity, combined with his warm and witty demeanor, has made him more relatable and beloved than ever. Shah Rukh Khan first gained attention through a series of romantic roles in the 1990s, most notably with Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, a film that marked the start of his golden era in Bollywood. At that time, he quickly rose to become one of the most bankable stars in Asia. After more than 3 decades in the industry, the marks of aging are unavoidable. Visible changes in his face, skin, and physique set him apart from his youthful image. Still, Khan continues to maintain his presence in recent projects, proving himself as a lasting figure in Indian cinema. Anne Hathaway entered Hollywood in the early 2000s with The Princess Diaries, later solidifying her status through The Devil Wears Prada. Her film career established her as one of the most prominent actresses of her generation. Throughout her career, Hathaway's appearance has shifted, partly due to the physical demands of roles and the natural effects of aging. At times, she has appeared noticeably slimmer than audiences expected. At 40, Hathaway maintains an elegant image. While her looks have evolved, her presence on screen remains consistent. Jennifer Aniston became a global household name in the 1990s through her role as Rachel in Friends. Her hairstyle and overall style quickly set cultural trends. Over the years, her appearance has shifted, with visible signs of aging and some cosmetic adjustments. These changes have been a frequent point of discussion whenever she appears in public. Today, Aniston remains active in film and television, maintaining steady popularity. Though her looks differ from her younger days, she continues to be a cultural figure in American entertainment. Eiza González began her career in Mexico before moving to Hollywood, gaining recognition with Baby Driver. Her striking looks positioned her as one of the promising Latin stars in the industry. Over time, changes in her facial features, particularly in the nose and chin, sparked ongoing discussions among fans and media, contrasting her current image with earlier appearances. Today, González continues to secure roles in major projects. While her look has evolved, she remains focused on expanding her international career. Deepika Padukone entered Indian cinema with Om Shanti Om, quickly rising to the top tier of Bollywood. Her striking appearance and poised demeanor extended her influence beyond India. In recent years, the pressures of work and mental health challenges have left visible traces. Public appearances occasionally reveal signs of fatigue, including under-eye circles and less vibrant skin. Even so, nearing 40, Padukone continues to hold her ground in both fashion and cinema, maintaining her presence at global events. Lashana Lynch first drew attention in No Time to Die with her strong and distinctive beauty. Seen as a refreshing new presence in Hollywood's action films, she brought a unique image that broke away from the usual molds of female screen icons. However, after that initial success, the lack of standout roles and shifts in her style have caused her to fade from the spotlight. On the red carpet, heavy makeup and less flattering outfits have sometimes highlighted her flaws and unbalanced figure. At present, Lynch no longer carries the same striking aura she had at the start of her career, with her diminished appearance leading to a noticeable decline in star power. Nicole Kidman left a strong mark in the 1990s with her porcelain skin, signature red curls, an elegant presence in Moulin Rouge, and The Others. That refined beauty made her one of the most sought-after stars in Hollywood. However, cosmetic procedures and the use of Botox have often made her appearance a subject of debate. Her natural features were gradually replaced by a tightened look, reducing some of her original appeal. Today, Nicole still appears in major projects and maintains her status as an A-list star. But her beauty is no longer as radiant as in her youth, instead reflecting a more mature and powerful image. Chris Pine began his career with roles in Star Trek and Wonder Woman, quickly making an impression with his bright features and masculine presence. In his early years, he was remembered by many as a symbol of youthfulness and charm. Throughout his artistic journey, Pine has naturally undergone changes in appearance and personal style. His beard, graying hair, and matured facial features reflect the experience and composure accumulated over time. Today, Chris Pine continues to appear with a polished and professional style, presenting the image of a seasoned actor who has navigated many stages of a challenging career. Pamela Anderson was once a global sex symbol thanks to her role in Baywatch, with voluminous blonde hair and a striking figure, becoming an icon of the 1990s. However, excessive cosmetic surgery and a party lifestyle had a clear impact on her looks. Signs of aging, a tightened face, and a less toned body changed the image that once made her stand out. Today, Pamela still appears at entertainment events, but her current image mainly recalls the golden era of the past, when she was one of the world's most recognized beauty icons. Anya Taylor-Joy once mesmerized audiences with her unique beauty in The Witch and exploded globally via The Queen's Gambit. Her big eyes and distinctive poise made her a standout young star. However, role pressures and dense schedules made Anya show early decline signs. A gaunt face, pale skin, and occasional flaws from sleep deprivation. Though just past 20 years old, Anya's beauty no longer holds its initial brilliance, replaced by a fatigued, less fresh look. Some faces shine brighter with time, while others bring a touch of regret for not fully retaining their youth. But whether radiant or faded, they remain icons, golden memories in the hearts of film lovers. Thanks for joining this journey back through memories today. Keep following, sharing, and subscribing to the channel to explore more fascinating stories behind the screen.